What's good with y'all? I am about to review. I am about to review. I'm suing Antifa. They almost killed me. Journalist Andy No on the Turning Point USA channel. Let's get it. Let's get into it, man. This is on the Point, Turning Point, Turning Point USA channel. Let's get it. That's crazy. That's indubitably crazy.
They target anyone and anything that
Deplorable, bro. Deplorable. Antifa is a trash organization in my candid opinion. Antifa is a trash organization in my candid opinion.
They target anyone and anything that dares be critical or speak up against their violent extremism.
Horrible. Sad.
My name is Andy Ngo, and I am an independent journalist who writes about far left extremism. From 2016 going onwards to today, one of the violent extremist movements that rose exponentially calls itself Antifa. And in Portland, they've caused millions upon millions of dollars in damages to property, to the economy.
Abhorrent.
Portland, Oregon, where I'm from, is sort of the perfect place for far left militancy to fester, organize, and grow, because it's a left wing monoculture, and there's no counterpoise for other political ideas. It does allow for radicalization to happen quite easily because nobody's really pushing back on people on their own side.
People are very afraid to be canceled or threatened or assaulted.
Facts.
I will commonly get messages from people that say, you shouldn't say that because they're going to come after you. But I also believe that they wouldn't have anyone to come after if all of us spoke up. I'm Angela Todd. I'm from PDX Real. We talk about public safety, livability, and what's driving it with the policies in Portland, Oregon, meaning what our government's doing or not doing.
I felt like it was getting more and more polarized, and the policies that we're putting into place were actually causing a polarization. And I felt abandoned by the city's leadership, that the crime was increasing. My house actually also got vandalized that same month.
That's
my
terrible.
My name is Chelly Boothrush.
I am sorry to hear that. Honestly, candidly, bro. The people that vandalized her abode should be ashamed of themselves, man. They should be. They're human rubbish. That's what they are.
Policies that we're putting into place were actually causing a polarization, and I felt abandoned by the city's leadership, that the crime was increasing. My house actually also got vandalized that same month. My name is Chelly Boothrush. I'm a fifth generation Oregonian. My family came on the Oregon Trail and settled in the Willamette Valley. And I came to Portland shortly after I graduated high school.
In places like Portland in particular, and other cities as well, where they really view themselves as sort of bastions of resistance. And a lot of normal liberals, normal left-wing people then began to really tolerate political violence and extremism and property destruction, as long as it was done in the name of anti-racism, anti-capitalism, anti-fascism. All these I say in quotes.
It's like people have.
Yeah, man. Bro. That's he's speaking facts right there, man.
As long as it was done
they
in the name of anti-racism, anti-capitalism, and bastions of resistance, and a lot of normal liberals, normal left-wing people then began to really tolerate political violence and extremism and property destruction, as long as it was done in the name of anti-racism, anti-capitalism, anti-fascism. All these I say in quotes.
Facts.
It's like people have forgotten how to.
They're not. Yeah, it's not really anti. Yeah, bro. They don't. They purport to be against. Yeah.
In the name of anti-racism, anti-capitalism, anti-fascism.
What you allow will continue. Self-respect is important for people to have. If you don't have that, then you will be miserable.
Anti-racism, anti-capitalism, anti-fascism. All these I say in quotes.
It's like people have forgotten.
The people, they purport to be the wokies. They purport to be for. They purport to be against fascism, racism, but they're really not, bro. They're really not against racism, fascism, authoritarianism. They're not. It's crazy, bro.
As long as it was done in the name of anti-racism, anti-capitalism,
the guise of anti-racism, anti-fascism.
All these I say in quotes.
Yeah. It's like people have forgotten how to give civil discourse,
Facts.
to accept that none of us are going to completely agree on all topics.
Facts.
This is the way a lot of people think it is.
Humans don't have to agree on everything to respect each other, to treat each other like human beings. I don't have to agree with a person on everything to like that person, to respect that person, to love that person. But the radicals, they think that you are a devil if you disagree with one thing, bro. They brand you a devil, a bigot, a freak, a monster. I don't know. It's whack.
People have forgotten how to give civil discourse.
Just because I disagree, that doesn't mean that I hate you. That doesn't mean that I hate you just because I disagree with something. Just because I disagree with a thing that you say, it doesn't mean that I hate you, that I don't rock with you, that I dislike you. It just, I'm not a sheep. I'm not sheeple-minded. I'm not. I don't. Yeah, bro. I have my own mind.
Anti-capitalism.
It's not a crime to have your own mind.
All these I say in quotes.
It's like people have forgotten how to give civil discourse, to accept that none of us are going to completely agree on all topics. This is the way a lot of people think anymore. Like, for example, you have to agree with me or you're bad about every single thing.
That's whack.
Or you are racist, you are transphobic,
homophobic,
you are this, you are
misogynistic.
When I think about how we need to be as a society, people that refuse to stand up to that because, gosh, I don't want to stand up to that because what if I get attacked as much as people like Andy Ngo have? That is unacceptable. I mean, we need to all stand up that that's just unacceptable behavior.
Yeah.
The riots of 2020 that
summer of
led into
love.
2021, the consequences of that are still really long
The
run,
detestable riots.
the police morale is still extremely low because the death of George Floyd just gave an excuse for all these left-wing, far-left extremists
Radicals.
radicals, communists, or anarchists to further mainstream the claim that the United States is so systematically racist.
That's the canard. That's the myth.
That it needs to be brought down.
That the U.S. is systematically racist today. It was in the past, but it's no longer. Systemic racism no longer exists today. There's nothing that precludes blacks, minorities from ascending, from succeeding. Your mindset is precluding you.
This is so systematically racist.
It's sad that a lot of people in the summer of 2020 thought that it was laudable to commit, to engage in criminality, steal, loot. You're not fighting for justice, bro. That's not gonna eradicate. That's stupidity, bro. You're not fighting for justice, bro.
That reflected at every level of their propaganda, the chants to the text they put out to their political messaging. Racist, and white supremacists, that it needs to be brought down. And you can see that reflected at every level of the propaganda, the chants to the text they put out to their political messaging. And so a lot of police officers resigned, or they transferred to different agencies, or they took early retirement. And these consequences will be lasting years.
I think I would have to do a part 2 because I don't think I will be able to finish this whole thing in one video. We'll see.
They moved out, they built essentially new unofficial Chinatowns in other parts of Portland, or they moved to the suburbs.
The downtown core, where the business core of downtown Portland to this day is still a husk of itself. You go down there today, it's as if it was in 2020. The buildings are boarded up. Actually, it's worse because more businesses have left.
Wow.
This issue of Antifa that I report on day in and day out is not just a blip in time of 2020 or 2021. It's ongoing.
It's just
Non-stop.
I mean,
Incessant.
you guys can't imagine what it's like to build your life in a city.
A woke
and,
city.
And how these people do this to you. You just can't imagine. So people ask me often, why don't you leave? I guess it's a multifaceted answer. Number one, where would I go if I believe that this is a thought virus and a government that is sort of getting too big and imposing on the people? This is happening everywhere, number one. Number two, why should I leave my home? And I guess number three is I gotta be used in life for something. And what would be a greater purpose than to advocate for people, housed and unhoused, that are being discarded and harmed by these policies? That's my life work.
The larger agenda of the left-wing extremism is to normalize mainstream political violence. The mainstream is successful.
Execrable, man.
That's my life work.
The larger agenda of the left-wing extremism is to normalize mainstream political violence. The mainstream is successful because, unfortunately, in these jurisdictions, there are compromised district attorney's offices where these elected officials, who have often benefited from George Soros's money, have pursued an agenda of what they call restorative justice,
quote unquote,
which is a euphemism, really foregoing weak, violent criminality.
Yep. Soft on crime.
that
unlaudable.
And misery.
Mm.
And living with the consequences of what it's like to live in a place where there's an element of chaos and anarchy that is normalized because
Yep.
there just aren't enough police officers on the streets.
Mm.
So you have petty crime that elevates to violent crime.
Yep.
That elevates further to organized crime.
Mm. Sickening. It's sad that the far left radicalists support violence against dissenters, against people that have dissident opinions, people that disagree with them politically, people that don't think like them. This is terrible.
The origins of Antifa go back all the way to before the Second World War in Europe, in the Weimar Republic in Germany, leading up to just before the takeover of Germany by Hitler and the Nazis. There were all these warring political factions between the Social Democrats, the Nazis, obviously, and also the communists. Antifa, the original Antifa, was a paramilitary of the German Communist Party. The original Antifa were engaging in a lot of political violence against the Social Democrats in particular. They were trying to destabilize the Weimar Republic in order to bring about a communist revolution in Germany. A lot of their ideology actually was instituted at the state level in what became East Germany after that World War. There's a long history of government authoritarianism, the government literally walling in their citizens, building the so-called Berlin Wall, which the East Germans call the anti-fascist defense barrier. So in their mind, anti-fascism was freedom. And you can actually see that in the ideology of Antifa today. What they would like to eradicate is freedom of expression. Primarily, that is their biggest, in terms of the idea, they want maybe its biggest enemy is freedom of expression, because it's through free speech that their critics or opponents are able to challenge the beliefs of Antifa. Antifa call themselves anti-fascist, but as we see over and over in the videos,
the name should be
authoritarian.
That group is for fascism, not against fascism. Hypocritical organization, contradictory organization.
Support of a conservative cause or a pro-life cause or a traditional Christian cause. And to view it as their goal to engage in violence to shut down these events. They also do that at university campuses. Far beyond Portland. The name part of them is actually really important to the deception and propaganda, because then if anybody speaks out against it, let's just say a normal person who's starting to recognize, wait, these people are
wake up
accident streams of violence. Maybe it's not okay. And the response is, if you're against Antifa, then that means you're pro-fascist. I mean, I think we're kind of in the early stages now where the First Amendment is seen as problematic to a lot of people. That's really scary to me, actually. Laws really only have legitimacy as long as they're within sort of the political cultural norms of society.
Who's responsible for the safety in Portland? I think it is the culture. I think it is the people. I mean, certainly we can say that the government, we contract with them, we give them taxes so that we have ample police and fire and assistance when we need it. Culture follows government. Government right now in Portland is trying to tell us culturally what's going to happen. We need to be behavioral based here. We need to agree on how people need to act and what's unlawful. We need to enforce it from there, and we need to stop being so damn hateful. It's that simple.
You can have on paper the protection of freedom of expression, but then the reality is, because of the breakdown of law enforcement, people who violate people's First Amendment rights are able to do this impunity. I'm speaking as a victim of that.
No negative consequences happen to these people, to these clowns.
Protests and riots that are happening in public and being brutally beaten.
These anti-conservative people, these
not being held accountable accountable
dissident
at
people.
all, by law enforcement. Yeah, I was hospitalized. I had subarachnoid hemorrhage, which is
Wow.
which has a high fatality rate.
Wow.
Lucky to survive that.
I am glad that he's still alive, man. That he is still alive and breathing here with us, man.
I'm on paper.
What they did
reflection
was,
of freedom of expression. But then the reality is, because of the breakdown of law enforcement, people who violate people's First Amendment rights are able to do it with impunity. You know, I'm speaking as a victim of that. That's somebody who's lawfully documenting things in the public, protests and riots that were happening in public, and being brutally beaten,
uncondonable,
and robbed for it, and the violent extremists not being held accountable at all.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame.
By law enforcement.
Wow.
I was hospitalized. I had subarachnoid hemorrhage, which is bleeding the brain.
Wow.
Which has a high fatality rate. I was very lucky to survive that. Required a lot of different types of medical treatments, therapies to address the cognitive and physical deficiencies that I had from the brain injury.
Wow.
And 2020 happened after the death of George Floyd. We had 120 straight nights of rioting by left extremists in the name of anti-racism and anti-fascism.
Antifa hijacked the movement from BLM as quickly as they could.
Yeah, I will come back. My camera is about to die. Yeah, man. Yeah, I said this in one of my raps. I said the group for fascism, Antifa. The group for fascism, Antifa group. Intolerance, I cannot stand these sus group. Yeah, bro. F Antifa, bro. I'll be back.